She is reliable. She's somebody you can count on to get it done. That's something that means a lot, not only in real estate, but in life. Trina cares about people. She is someone you can count on to do the right thing. Went above and beyond. She was so good at pointing out the pluses and minuses and letting me kind of make the decision of, if it mattered to me or not. She saved me a ton of time by doing it that way. She saved my sanity, saved me a ton of money. I pretty much handled everything. I had a house. Since then, we've stayed in touch. I would never, ever use a different real estate agent. When you find someone that is that conscientious, that really cares and goes above and beyond like that, and she's just down to earth. She rolls with the punches pretty well too, and that's a good attribute. I would highly recommend Trina. She's just a good all-around person.
I wanted to give you a little input about Trina and the help that she has given us in purchasing our lake home. We purchased a piece of property there on Noland Lake in Noland Lake Estates in October of this past year. Our experience with Trina was fantastic. Did like the way that Trina gave us her input, talked to us about what she saw that was not right about some of the properties. I believe we looked at 2 different homes, maybe 3, and each one she had a lot of really good input. Things that I didn't see, that my wife didn't see, that she said, that's not right, this wasn't done right, this wasn't built on the right foundation. So we knew right away that we wanted to work with Trina. So our experience with her has been fantastic. She met us at the property that we now own. We've been there, like I said, since October. We love it, and Trina checked in with us after the purchase of the home. She came to the closing. If we had any questions, she was able to work with the other realtor to get those answered very promptly and quickly. We really appreciated working with her, and we definitely would do business with her again. When you find somebody that gives you the input that the things that you're not really thinking about or you may not see, and they're very honest, very not biased at all, and they're just there to help you and not try to sell a home. You can pick up on that. So it's been a pleasure working with Trina, and again, like I said, we would definitely do it again.
My experience with her was amazing. It was wonderful. I couldn't have been happier with the experience. She had, for sure, our best interest at heart, and never treated me like I wasn't spending enough money or didn't have a big enough budget. And because of her, we've been in our home 10 years now. My daughter's had a home to grow up in. We love it here. We still love our home. And absolutely in the future, when it comes time to move on to bigger, better things, Trina will be the person that I call. I never felt like she was pushing me. I never felt like push me into a home so that she could make a dollar and move on to the next person. It truly felt like she wanted what was best for me. And that's something that I'll appreciate forever. And like I said, we've made memories in this home that we'll keep with us always. And absolutely, when it comes time, Trina will be the person that I call. She's wonderful.
One of the things that impressed me the most about the referrals for Trina was that everybody said how honest she was and how helpful, and that walking through houses, if there was something wrong, she caught it right off and let you know.
Very interesting just to see how just straightforward she was with helping us find something that we were looking for.
She was almost immediately available,
and she was also very forward at giving us recommendations for home inspectors and all this other stuff, just people
our
that
loan officer too.
Yeah, our loan officer. Yeah, just people that she worked with, that she had very good relations with, that she trusted, and so she passed that on to us. A good experience. It was an excellent experience.
Yeah, she made a very difficult time so easy to transfer and move from one life to another.
She quite naturally was the first person that I thought of, because I already trusted her as a friend, so I knew that I would be taken care of as a client or a potential client. Trina was always available, always had my best interest at heart. Because when I was looking at homes, of course, as a potential homeowner, I'm looking at all the cosmetic things that are in the homes. And of course, she was looking at all the structural things and making sure that everything was sound and working. And so things that she would point out to me were things that I probably never would have even taken into consideration. What I feel sets Trina apart from any other agents that I've worked with is the fact that she is relatable and very personable. There is no fluff. There is no beating around the bush. There is no cutting corners or making things sound pretty or whatever. She cuts to the chase and tells you exactly how it is and what's it going to be and what the situation is. Holds no punches, I should say, when it came to the home sellers with regard to my interest as the home buyer. So she was very much in your face and taking care of me. I, without a doubt or reservation, would wholeheartedly recommend Trina to any of my friends, anybody else. She will definitely take care of you. She will definitely always have your best interest at heart, and you will walk away from the table knowing that you got the best deal possible.
Trina has also helped us with some legal matters over the sale of a piece of property, a very difficult sale. But Trina was there every step of the way. We would think of things and talk to Trina, and she had already thought of that and taken the action to implement an idea or a possible procedure. She is always on top of things, ahead of her clients.
She's very professional. She always puts her client first. Anytime you had a question, if she didn't know the answer, she knew where to get the answer. I would highly recommend her as an agent. She's wonderful to work with, very comfortable to work with. She's just great.
Her expertise is amazing. Her attention to detail is amazing. She provided services and knowledge and information about the real estate business that Lynn and I have never experienced with any other real estate agent that we have ever dealt with. Trina's second to none, and we would highly recommend her for any real estate needs that you might have.
I had a horrible experience with our first house when we bought it, and the only way we were going to buy another house was through Trina. She helped us amazingly when we were looking at houses. She was pointing out things to us, and it was just flat out saying, Sean or Mike, you don't want to do this. This is going to be way much more than what you want. This house is not good for the price. She did help us find this house that we live in now, currently. We absolutely loved it. She helped us with getting the people who owned the house previously to fix these issues. She just did amazing work. I would definitely recommend Trina. She cares about her people. She thinks of them highly. She treats them just like she would her own family.
I met Trina Martin in the process of doing real estate when I did some appraisals on properties she had listed and was selling. I found her to be very professional and concerned about her clients first. They were her number one priority. When it came time for me to sell a property downtown, I called on Trina. It had lots of challenges, and I knew it wasn't going to be an easy thing to sell. I asked Trina to list the property for me. In the time that she had it listed, she called me regularly to keep me up to date on what was happening with showings and the process. And she also addressed the hard issues, like price changes and repairs that might be needed. She made sure my seller's disclosure was always up to date with all the most current information, and she made sure that I and my property and our needs were her first priority. Trina is a very professional, very dedicated, very focused real estate professional. I would recommend Trina to others to list their property or to represent her as a buyer's agent, and I have actually done that in the past. I think Trina understands her customers' needs, and she puts their priorities first. Always. Trina is a wonderful real estate professional to work with.
I decided to stick with Trina because she actually asked what I wanted and what I was looking for, and when we discussed it, she straight up told me that house is not going to work for what I wanted, bad location, roads, etc. Every time I called her and needed something, she answered, or at least found out that day for the answer to the questions that I needed. But all the houses she showed me met my expectation. Pretty much became friends, real easy to get along with, always asking questions and how she was doing and what we thought. She did help me a lot out after we purchased my first house. She hooked me up with a couple of contractors and painters, lawn carers, inspectors. Even when I'm away, being a truck driver as well, she's always there checking out the house, making sure nothing's wrong, water leaks, on fire, the usual stuff. She also helped with getting permits for installing driveway and moving power lines. I would work with her any day.
She almost immediately was at our house talking about what we needed and asking about what we were looking for in the area. So when we decided on a house, she helped us through the whole appraisal closing. It was the smoothest process I think I've ever been in because of her knowledge and her guidance. It was just fantastic. She's still there for our questions. A couple months after we closed on the house, our outside plugins were not working. So I called her. She got us fixed. We got the breaker back in and everything worked. Through the whole process, she showed great qualities, knowledge of her business, dependability, honesty. She was very straightforward and always there for us if we had any questions or concerns about the process. I would highly recommend Trina. I think she would be the best choice for anyone. I'm so glad that we called her and so glad that she became a part of that process. And I'm so happy that I'm still a friend and she's always there for me.
During the first house showing with Trina, we were really impressed with the amount of things that she pointed out on the house that we probably wouldn't have caught ourselves. In all the houses that we saw, she approached everything with a completely objective view, and we never felt any pressure to make a decision about placing an offer on a house until we were ready to do so. One of the things I liked about Trina was that she was always accessible and very timely in all her responses. When we did put an offer in on our new home, it was a very time-sensitive situation since there were already other offers on the house, and I'm pretty sure she was pulled over in a gas station typing the offer letter out on her computer to send to the other real estate agent. We felt really confident in her ability as a realtor, so we asked her to sell our current house as well. We would definitely refer Trina to friends and family that are looking to buy or sell.
Like we instantly clicked. It's like you instantly just have a bond with her. She was very good at answering all my concerns and questions. She exceeded all my expectations. She set the bar very, very high for any other realtor that I may have to work with, and I hope I don't. I'm planning on for Trina to be my lifelong friend and realtor if need be. She did definitely have my best interests in mind. She made sure that I understood the process and the questions and answers. I would definitely work with her again in the future. I have, and I will suggest her to other people. And I was new to the area, so she was very helpful when it came to, if I needed any extra questions about, where to go for this or that. Or she's definitely a friend you want to keep on your contact list. And to this day, she still reaches out just to say, hey, how you doing? Anything I can do? Most of the time when a sale is final, everything's final. You don't hear from them again. But not with Trina. You have a lifelong friend, and I would definitely use her again. I think she's a wonderful person.
A friend of mine said, well, why don't you call Trina? I give you the number. And I thought, well, yeah, give her a shot. Oh, wow. She did a wonderful job. It was a really good experience. I would definitely use her again. And anybody that is looking for a house, I always give out her number. When I was going through the process of this house, there was a few issues as far as to meet the loan that I wanted to get. And she knew what to look for. She come in and she pointed this out and she pointed that out. And she said, look, this is going to have to be fixed before this loan that you want is going to happen. And I'll let the other, realtor know. And they're just going to have to fix it. And they did. There was no problems. She made a really smooth transition from going from me living in an apartment to a house. I didn't really have to do much of anything, just sit back and she took care of most of everything. Definitely, if somebody needs a realtor, she's my realtor. There's been times I've texted her and said, look, do you have a recommendation for a handyman or a plumber? And she's got people that she uses that she trusts, and that's good enough for me. She really cares about the people that she works with or works for. Definitely, like I said, I let anybody and everybody know, hey, you want a good realtor? This is the one for you.
I had less than no money. My credit score was horrible. I was a couple months away from 2 years out from a bankruptcy. There was absolutely no way that I should have gotten a house. But somehow, working with her, she worked magic, and within a couple of months, I had my closing date and I got my house. There are no words that I can possibly use that are strong enough to describe how amazing and dedicated and wonderful Trina Martin is as a realtor and as a person, and I am proud to have her as a friend.
We felt very comfortable with Trina right from the start, and she's very easy to work with. But we've used Trina twice with two homes to sell and purchase. She was always available for us anytime that we had any questions or concerns, very reliable. She referred some workers to us when we needed work done on one of our homes prior to selling, and that situation worked out perfectly. She's always had our best interest in mind and told us how we could maximize profit when we sold homes. For instance, what to improve upon that would we could get our money back out of the sale. And Trina and I became very good friends, and we keep in touch, and that has been over 6 years ago. If we had realty needs, we would definitely use Trina again. I can't say enough positive things about her. She's a wonderful person and really has her clients' best interest at heart.
Trina Martin is the best. I've dealt with Trina for years, buying and selling homes. Her honesty sets her apart from other agents, which to me is very important for somebody to tell me what they think up front. She's helped me so much with referrals, and the people that she refers to me are the best, whether it be painting or plumbing, yard work, anything. She knows who to contact, and they are great. I just won't deal with nobody else but Trina, and why should I? She's the best.
Bloopers!
Yeah, I'll try. All right, take 52, I guess. Shit, I'm probably gonna have to edit that scratch out. Shit.
There was actually something growling under the floor, and we don't know if it was human or animal or or what that was, but even that she handled with grace. She, grabbed my arm, and we were out of there and locked up in probably 10 seconds flat.